What's up, iCkEdMeL? And they have released News Nation, the full surveillance video. Fox released a still image and the audio playing in the background. Full surveillance video appears to show Kaylee and Maddie walking in downtown Moscow, Idaho, hours before murders. In the video, you hear, "Maddie, what did you say to Adam?" And then it says, "I told Adam everything." And the caption here, for a little bit of context, it says here, "The attorney for the Goncalves family tells me it is his understanding Adam is a bartender and is not a suspect at this time." Video obtained through the Facebook group University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion. So let's take a look at this. There's something real quick to clarify. I told Adam everything. And I'll play it again one more time. This person here, this is not Adam. I feel like there was some sort of confusion. I was kind of confused at first too. This is the white hoodie guy. And this is the whole thing the Facebook group, I think, was trying to do. Is they were trying to say that this wasn't like just a random person that started creeping on the girls. Because a lot of us thought that from the initial video, because that's all we could see. And I think that they were just trying to say that this guy had already known them. He didn't just randomly appear out of nowhere. And so, but the thing with that is that now people started wondering, well, who's Adam? And it started this whole thing, you know?
What did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything.
We're going to watch this interview next with Kaylee's father and Fox. Also, I'll put the video in slow motion that Brian Ented posted at the end of this video for the people that want to watch that in slow motion. And don't forget to check out Data Seal, a service that I personally use. I recommend checking out the free scan on their website using my link. When the mob starts coming for you, when people are going to start doxing and harassing, you want to have something to protect your name, your address, your information, your family. Your information is being sold by data brokers all the time. It's easy for anybody to look up your information using people search websites. They can find your home address, date of birth, email address, phone number. Dataseal.io is the data removal and monitoring service I trust to remove my information from the internet. Click the link below and use the code 5OFFALL to save 5% off your Dataseal subscription.
Now is the father of Kaylee Goncalves, Steve Goncalves, as well as their family's attorney, Shannon Gray. Steve, thanks so much for joining the program again. I made a promise to you that our audience would stay on this case and not let this case die. We had a cooling off period last week out of respect for law enforcement to bring the temperature down a little bit. What new can you tell us, Steve? I know we got this new surveillance video that was released by our digital team today. What can you tell us?
That film, to the family, we've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly, and after they had given it to the police. So it was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about.
So I'm glad that the dad is speaking on this and he can kind of clear things up when possible. I'm also glad that he has an attorney for probably a multitude of reasons, and that he's doing these interviews with an attorney.
Asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
Yeah, so you don't suspect.
It was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about, asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
Yeah, so you don't suspect that this guy, Adam, that's stated in the video is somehow a suspect or anything like that. You guys have known about this video for a while.
We have, and we asked, and we did the obvious due diligence when we looked into that, and it was pretty clear that this individual was not a part of the investigation as far as a suspect.
Good copy. So, Steve, what can you tell us about the investigation thus far? We've heard about the car detail.
So that's really good. I hope that it's probably not going to stop people from looking, but maybe it'll kind of ease people off a little bit, or, coming for the guy. And also maybe this is the white-headed guy here walking with the girls.
Details being released as well. Is there anything that
I just wonder, do they know him just as a bartender or more, because I've seen pictures and other stuff online. So, I even thought I saw a picture of the dog and the guy Adam. So I don't know, maybe they're all friends, or you guys can comment down below. We'll have to do a live stream and talk about all this.
We can do to get some answers for you guys so we can get this suspect, whoever it is, in custody.
They've kind of informed us through communications that they've checked all the easiest paths. So, like, if this individual had this car registered to his name and it was just something very quick that they could just look up in the area and go right to his house, they've done all the due diligence there. They've done all that. So now they're reaching out and they're going to look to the community, see if this individual borrowed this car. It doesn't appear that it's something that they have real easy access to. So he may have ran. And they really pushed the narrative saying, hey, if we can get these guys to focus on something that's really helpful, which is this car, and, find out if somebody says, hey, that car, that looks a lot like mine, I'm going to come forward and just volunteer my information. And then, they can figure out if somebody else had borrowed it or if it, heck, who knows?
Steve, we talked about this off air. But one of the reasons why I want to bring this up is because I think it's critical to this investigation. A lot of these young people were teenagers, and there may have been some illicit activity that was minor that they would have gotten in trouble for, and it may be preventing them from coming forward. What can you tell these young people to kind of motivate them to give up some answers? Don't worry about all the petty stuff. 4 innocent lives were lost here.
Yeah, I want kids to understand that this is such a big case that these guys have their hands full. I wanted to go out there and tell everyone that we support the Goncalves family, support the local police officers, so much so that we want them to be able to work on this case. I know that this is way over the normal workload that they normally have. Plus, they have patrols. They have to patrol now. This guy's not caught. So, there was some rumors that I had called these officers a coward. That was not for these officers. That was for a lawyer that was standing in between what the officers would like to release and what is actually being released. And I called that individual. And this was just about coming forward and saying that the profile is a male. I feel like at a month we can rule that that's not going to hurt the case. It's pretty clear. Even the coroner said this was a very strong individual. 2 people had defensive wounds, overpowered those people. So I'm just trying to steer the conversation into a way. So I have another person who's going to school there, and
I've had that talk a lot with Sylvia, what the profile could be. Just just regular people talking, not as experts, but just talking about maybe what age, like the father said, the strength, all these little different things, because they haven't put out any kind of profile for us. Not that they have to, but maybe it would help.
I don't want him walking around the streets if it's not safe. So, we know as a family what we're looking for. And, if they see an individual looking a certain way, I'm telling my kids, steer clear of that.
Steve,
but,
this
I
is
want other families to know.
Steve, this is your first, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother, but this is your first Christmas without Kaylee. How you doing? How's your family doing?
To be honest, we're not even really going to have a Christmas because you just can't get yourself there to where it would make sense. One of my children, the youngest one, is going to go stay with some families because they're going to have the normal type Christmas, and she deserves that. But for us, we can't do that. It's too close to our heart. And how do you have a celebration like this when you've lost 2 of your favorite people in the world?
Yeah. Brother, we continue to pray for you, our audience as well. Thank you so much for joining the program.
As far as the Adam thing, okay, I've heard a lot of different things online. And so it says here, okay, so bartender Adam and the roommate Adam are indeed the same Adam, y'all. So there's talk, okay, we know that there's a bartender named Adam at the Corner Club. There's been talk that Jack D, which is Kaylee's ex, he has a roommate named Adam. And so people are saying, is it the same? Is it not? Some people believe it is. Some people believe it's not. And so it says here the Corner Club does have photos of the bartender Adam, and it's the exact same person as Jack D's roommate. Compare photos, exact person. They are the same person, allegedly. There isn't two separate Adams. So my conclusion is that Kaylee really didn't want Adam to know everything, whatever everything was. Okay, so I'm going to put the slow motion News Nation surveillance video, and also make sure you check out the video that I'm posting today. It's my court appearance on Court TV. This was like 8 months ago, but a lot of people never saw this video. So I reached out to Court TV to make sure it was cool. I clipped it and I put it up for you guys for the people that missed it. And I thought it was pretty cool anyway to have on the channel.